Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Court Desautels, and he is the president of the Neighbourhood Group.
That's right.
All right, tell us about the Neighbourhood Group.
Well, we run a group of restaurants here in Guelph and one in Kitchener.
Mhm.
So we have Borealis in Guelph, which we're at right now, obviously.
Mhm.
And we also have another Borealis in Kitchener.
Mhm.
Plus we have Majida Cafe Bistro downtown Guelph, the Woolly Pub, and our newly opened Park Grocery.
Okay, awesome. So describe the concept of your restaurants. Are they each one different, or?
They're all a little bit different.
Mhm.
They all have their own sense of identity, but they all follow the same philosophy. So we support local foods, we support local breweries, our wineries, and we all have this vision of helping the environment and our community through a different variety of different initiatives that we run through the restaurants on a monthly basis.
Okay, all right. And what drives you to do what you do?
I think the biggest thing that drives us to push the boundaries of what typically restaurants would be viewed as is we go beyond serving just food and drinks. And we look at how we serve our community, how we serve the environment, and how we serve our employees. So we've, by creating a lot of new initiatives is really what gets me up in the morning.
Okay, so that's what motivates you, is the new
Motivates
initiative?
me. Yeah, it's pushing, it's taking a traditional restaurant model and flipping it upside down.
Okay.
And I would say the traditional restaurant model is you do everything for the guest at the expense of everybody else working in the restaurant.
Okay. And the environment, right?
And the environment.
Mhm.
Right. And I like to flip that totally around.
Okay.
And I'll get crucified for saying this, but moving away from the guest is always right.
Okay.
Because that's not necessarily that the guest is wrong, but let's focus on our employees first. Let's offer them a great way of life or a better option than you would find in another restaurant industry. So we offer health benefits to all full-time employees. If they're with us for 2 years, we pay 100% of those health benefits. If we also provide health and wellness programs, we do education funds, we do a variety of staff trips. And the notion there is if we were treating our employees really well, then they would automatically treat the guests well.
Right.
And I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen so many people burn out. And I see it throughout the entire industry. And it's because it's that notion of guest first philosophy.
Right.
And so we look at employees first, guests second, and then we also look at our suppliers and how we interact and how we engage with them, and then move into our shareholders.
Okay.
So it's never guests and shareholders first.
Right.
So we'll say count after our staff, and that's helped us reduce turnover. That's helped us open more restaurants.
Okay.
And have a successful group of people who believe in the things that we're doing.
Right.
And now it's amazing to see in the restaurants a whole variety of other initiatives that are being run by our staff.
Really?
And that is, to me, the greatest joy. Is because I sometimes don't even know what's happening next in the restaurants. And we just did an incredible fundraiser at the Woolly this weekend, and that was 100% put on by our GM Kat and some of the staff there for one of our regulars.
It was the young girl, right? And
Yes, for Maddie.
For Maddie, yeah, I saw
for
that.
her robotic arm.
Yes.
And
for
we
school.
didn't know what to expect. We thought it'd be great if we raised a few $100s
Right.
for her cause. It's $40,000 for her robotic arm.
Wow.
And she had raised almost $5,000 up to that event. That event raised $7,500.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
In 3 hours.
Wow. That is incredible.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And her GoFundMe page is now, with that $7,500, is up to almost $20,000.
Nice.
So it just goes to show, some things that are important to me are important to me, but not necessarily to somebody else. And what's important to somebody else is you can watch them just take these initiatives and watch them flourish. And that's the culture that we've been able to create within the restaurant is what motivates me.
Right.
And it all comes from treating employees with respect and giving them what they deserve.
Right. So Peter and I have been to all of your restaurants.
Great.
We do go to the downtown ones more since we
Yes,
live downtown.
of course.
We basically can roll home from the Woolly after a few beer.
Yes,
And
excellent.
other than good food and good drinks and everything being as local as you can make it, the one thing I do notice is the same staff. That your turnover is low. Peter and I have lived here for 22 years now in Guelph, and I think sometimes I see the same staff from even almost 22 years ago.
We have a couple of employees at the Woolly
Yeah.
that have been there for over 20 years.
Yeah, since we got here.
And it's amazing. And it's, if any time somebody leaves, it's generally because they're either moved away or they've decided to follow a career. If they've been going to school for some time, they decide to take a break, work with us, and then they've moved on to do something else.
Right.
It's very rare that we have somebody that leaves our restaurants to go work at another restaurant.
Wow.
Or if they do, they usually come back.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so it's nice to see, and that's where we've been able to build this culture,
Right.
and that is I think the epitome of what my father created with the restaurant group, and with that whole local philosophy. That's just not about local food and drinks. It's about the community.
Yeah, and I see the restaurants, hence you supporting a lot of local initiatives that are spearheaded by yourself, your father, and now you're telling us the employees.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something most people don't know about your business. Anything you haven't mentioned yet?
Well, we're a certified B corporation.
Okay, and what does that mean?
So essentially means we're a benefit corporation. There's a governing body out of that was founded in the United States that started with some founding partners, some big companies that people would know, such as Patagonia Clothing, Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream, Etsy, Hootsuite, Tom's Shoes, and Business Development Bank of Canada. And we applied to become a B corporation in around 2011. We received that certification in 2016. So it took a lot of work to get there, and we are audited every couple of years on our governance. So how transparent we are with our employees and with the public. We're audited on our environmental initiatives, our community initiatives, and our employee initiatives.
Okay.
And those parameters change every couple of years, so we always have to achieve to a higher standard.
Okay.
And that's been an incredibly rewarding experience, especially we're the largest restaurant group in the world to have the certification. There's only 3 restaurants.
Wow. That was my next question.
3 restaurant
Okay.
groups on the
Okay.
planet. And when we certified in 2016, there's only 3 restaurants, but none of them for full service in Canada.
Okay.
So we added 4 at that time. Park Grocery will be certified once we recertify again, because it's new. We have to be in business for a year. But that's something a lot of people don't know about us. And we just got voted best for the world for our community initiatives. So that means we have achieved the top 10% of all B corporations for our community initiatives.
Wow. That's
So,
amazing.
That's great. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What would your customers say they love most about your business?
It's a good question, because I never would want the restaurants. I just had a meeting with all of our staff over the past few weeks about what it meant to be the best restaurant, or what it means to be someone's favorite restaurant.
Okay.
And I told them I never want to be considered as the best restaurant,
Tell me more about that.
because the best restaurant is transactional. I find it's usually you're known for the best food, or you're known for the best service, or for the best decor,
Okay.
and that always fluctuates in people's tastes. But to be known as someone's favorite restaurant means there's the emotional connection you have with that place.
Right.
So when you walk in, you see the same staff.
Mhm.
They know what you like. They know what your preferences are. If you have any dietary restrictions, they know when it's your birthday or your
Yep.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Just makes you feel at home.
Yes.
And so I don't want to be the best.
Mhm.
I want to be people's favorite. Because I think there's nothing better than being told that you're somebody's favorite.
Yes. Yeah.
There's that feeling when you know, your uncle says you're your favorite nephew.
Right.
It really means something emotionally.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like to think people think of us as their favorite restaurant.
What an amazing distinction.
Mhm.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
great. What are your greatest challenges?
Restaurant industry is filled with challenges.
Mhm.
I think that's why people who are in the business love it so much.
Mhm.
And I'll steal a quote from a great restaurateur in New York City, Danny Meyer. And he says, "The road to success is paved by mistakes well handled." And so, you know, our greatest challenges, I think, are always trying to push the boundaries of what a typical restaurant is expected to provide
Mhm.
for people.
Mhm.
Us offering a variety of different foods that people might not be familiar with. And you know, we're always the first ones to get hit with, I think, any economic fluctuations.
Right.
And one thing I've always been really proud of with our restaurants is that those fluctuations have never really affected us.
Mhm.
But we do know it affects the people working in the business and some of the people around us. So how do we navigate those changes together? And we're always looking on the horizon to try new things.
Mhm.
A lot of the time, some of those new things do not work.
Right.
But learn from it and never get discouraged by it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's certainly what I've seen or experienced from your restaurants is that you're not doing the same old, same old.
No.
You're not, you know, if you look at a lot of the perhaps pub type restaurants, they're always, a lot of them you could go into and not know what restaurant you're in,
That's it.
right? But you're always, the restaurants that, all of them that I've been in, you always know where you are and there's always different and new things to try, as well as old favorites.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's having that combination of the two. So we have, you know, incredible, what do you call it, our executive team,
Mhm.
kind of our leadership team that, you know, our chef, Shay Robinson, is incredible. Our director of operations, Neil Robinson, no relation,
No?
the same
Oh,
last
wow.
name. Both provide such a high level of leadership to the teams.
Mhm.
Without those guys and how they've been able to develop the people under them, we wouldn't be the company that we are right now, especially in an industry where finding good people is probably our greatest challenge.
Okay.
And we feel that once we've got good people working in us,
Mhm.
we need to find every possible way to keep them. And for the most part, we've been very successful doing that.
Definitely. All right. Why do you think it's important for people to shop local?
That's always been a, you know, twofold question. The big one is, you know, it keeps money in our economy.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I look at it, I never like to term the bottom line, or you look at a triple bottom line, and you know, where it's people, planet, profit, and you know, I always think of everything as circular,
Okay.
because everything feeds into everything.
Mm-hmm.
And life is cyclical, and we, by supporting local businesses, one, you're helping create neighborhoods, you're strengthening neighborhoods, and I think that's something you don't see the type of community you would see in Guelph or in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the suburban sprawls, and there's no, lack of a better word, soul.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. And the more independent, thriving businesses there are, that's when you develop soul, and that's where you get that sense of community, and that's where you create these really unique pockets throughout town. And buying locally supports that, because those are people who work and live in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to go and support. They see the support from their neighbors.
Mhm.
They go to support someone else in maybe a neighboring neighborhood.
Yep.
And those people support someone else, and then they come and support us. And so
Right.
you may not see the direct effects by it,
Mhm.
but you do see it. And I think Guelph is a perfect example of that. It's a strong community, tons of independent businesses, unique businesses, and some incredible success stories.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So anything exciting going on that customers should know about?
Whew. We always have something fun going on.
Okay.
I would say in the restaurants, a big one coming up, we're doing our annual river dinner.
Okay, tell us about that.
So one of
I
our
don't know what it
big,
is.
yeah, so it's on September 30th.
Okay.
So it's on a Monday night.
Mhm.
We've been doing it now we started in 1992,
Wow.
raising funds for our local river systems.
Mhm.
That's been one of our big initiatives.
Yeah.
So we obviously support lots of environmental and community initiatives, and that's the one that we've supported the most. And this dinner, 100% of the proceeds goes towards the Grand River Conservation Foundation
Okay.
in building the new nature center at Guelph Lake.
Oh, excellent.
So that nature center sees currently, which is a really small nature center,
Mhm.
sees around 20,000 kids a year.
Wow.
And so to provide them with a great education center
Mhm.
to help learn how to be great stewards of the land
Mhm.
is really important for us. And so we committed to $50,000 that we'd raise by 2018
Okay.
for the nature center. We
Mhm.
did that in 2014, so it gave us 4 years to raise an amount. We are just over $100,000
Wow.
already,
Mhm.
and we continue to keep pushing that to about 125 in the next couple of years. So it's a big dinner. It's a 4-course dinner
Mhm.
paired with beers. We use Muskoka Brewery because their vision being stewards of or watershed stewards
Mhm.
like us is
Mhm.
we're very much aligned on that, and they provide great beer.
Mhm.
And so we do a 4-course beer pairing.
Okay.
If people don't like beer, that's fine. We'll provide them with wine instead, or whatever else they like.
Right.
And lots of prizes being given away that
Mhm.
evening.
Mhm.
Plus, everybody in each of the restaurants, one person will walk away with a kayak.
Wow.
So we have.
So
yeah.
this is happening at the same time
Same
in
time
all restaurants?
And all restaurants.
Same menu?
Similar menus.
Okay.
So we have similar menus, and the chefs
Mhm.
put their own touches on it,
Okay.
their own flair.
Mhm.
But we follow the same courses. So we support ocean-wise, so we sustainable fish. We use a lot of local farms that we deal with,
Mhm.
and then we'll tell the story about the food and the beer.
Wow.
And
Fascinating.
it's a riot. It's honestly
Okay.
it's our premier event of the year,
Mhm.
sold out every year.
Wow.
And tickets will start to go on sale just after Labor Day.
Okay, and how would people get these
People
tickets?
just call the restaurant, book
Okay.
their spot.
Whichever
and
restaurant they're interested in.
Whatever restaurant they're interested
Okay.
in, and I think the ticket price is just under $70 per person, so it's a great deal too.
Yeah.
It's really simple to get into. It's not often you
Mhm.
get 4 courses with drinks
Right, for $70.
for $70,
Wow.
and 100% of that goes to the Grand River Conservation Foundation.
Wow.
So that's a big one. And
Mhm.
then always check us out online at any of the restaurants, our Instagram feeds,
Mhm.
or just checking out our website, because we all have a variety of different initiatives kicking off every month.
Okay. I find it interesting in Park Grocery, you show up and they go, oh, the special of the day is,
Mhm.
and it's generally something very financially advantageous for the diner.
It is.
So I found that surprising because I don't really see it plastered on a board anywhere. It's just like a local, it feels like a local neighborhood thing. Oh, you're our neighbor, come in, and this is what's happening today.
We offer a variety of great deals, and that's just to become that neighborhood
Mhm.
joint,
Yeah.
really, that you
Yeah.
just come in, you can grab a coffee, grab a beer, a sandwich or a burger.
Right.
Bring the kids.
Mhm.
We really want to encourage families, so we do a lot of half-price kids meals on the weekends.
Mhm.
And we've developed something really cool there. We call our Neighborhood Club card.
Mhm.
And so it's a rewards card like you would see pretty much everywhere else.
Right.
But once again, rewards cards don't really get me too excited.
Mhm.
But what does get me excited is that, for the guests, they get to earn 5% back,
Mhm.
but then we match that 5% and we donate it to a variety of our different charities and nonprofits that we deal with. So just even in 6 months that we've been open,
Mhm.
through that membership,
Mhm.
we've raised over $3,000 already. So
Wow.
we're excited to see what the year, how that unfolds, and then
Mhm.
plan on rolling that program out throughout to the other restaurants too.
Okay.
But yeah, it's usually once you get in the scene at the
Mhm.
restaurants,
Mhm.
then we'll start hitting you with the promotional stuff.
Right.
And I would say promotional stuff, more of special offers that you wouldn't get if you didn't know.
Yeah.
If you weren't a regular guest and didn't want to participate in some of the events that we do.
Which is again backwards.
It's totally backwards.
Yeah, totally backwards and very cool.
Yeah, we don't beat you over the head with a whole
No.
bunch of stuff. We
No.
just wait to see if you want to engage with us,
Mhm.
then we'll happily do that.
Cool.
But we're not going to bombard you.
Well, that ends the questions. Anything popped into your head that you're dying to say about the
Trying to
restaurants?
say, I don't know. It'd be great. Park Grocery is new, so come check us out.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's always just such a. I love having these businesses in such a strong community.
Mhm.
The support has been great. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't the support of our community.
Right.
And I think that's the one thing, that's why we want to keep giving back.
Mhm.
And yeah, just come check us out. Check out all the different initiatives we have, because every month we have something in support of a different organization in Guelph.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your support of the community and all the organizations. Gonna have to check out that river dinner.
Oh, most
that
definitely.
sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
So we'll probably be there this year.
All right.
And so today we've talked to Court, who is the president of the Neighbourhood Group Restaurants. And those restaurants include Borealis, both in Guelph and Kitchener. It also includes Park Grocery at the corner of London and Woolwich. Of course, the famous Woolly on Woolwich after it turns the bend. And then Majida. So Peter and I frequent these restaurants a lot, and encourage you to take some time to support the community, have some good food, and perhaps find your new favorite restaurant.